Hello everyone, welcome to today's lesson on the central tendency. Right, so today we're actually gonna put some numbers into statistics. Right, but luckily it's not too much. It's just only three main definitions that we need to know for now. Right, so we got the mean, median, and mode. You will see this a lot and oftentimes in statistics studies. So the mean, oops. Right, so the mean is the average of the values that we collected. Right, so mean is the same definition as average. Right, median is the middle term of the data. Right, so it's literally just a data point right in the middle. Right, if we were to organize a data set from the smallest to the biggest, the median is literally the middlest one. The mode is the term that occurs the most. Right, one given set of data. And for the mode, we can have multiple modes. And we can have at least, I can even have 2 or 3 modes in a set of data. Right, so here's a good example. What's the mean, median, and mode of this set of numbers? Right, so the mean, we just take the average. Right, to take the average of something, we add all the numbers up. And we divide it by number of terms, which is 7. Right, because there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 numbers in our set. So we just add it all up and divide it by the number of things we have, which is 4.29. Right, how about the median? Right, so once again, the median is just the middlest term. So if you were to list it out again here, the most middle one, so as you can see here, 5, because there are 7 terms, 5, this 5 right here, is in the middle of everything. Right, so it's just 5. Right, so very important here. Right, whenever we look for the median, we always have to make sure that it is order from smallest to biggest, which it is right now. And then the mode, what's the number that occurred the most? Once again, it's 5. Right, because 5 occurred twice. Right, we got 2 5s here and one of every other number, so the mode is also 5. Okay, moving on to our next question. Right, we got another set of numbers here. This time we just have to worry about a median and mode. So for the median, once again, this is in numerical order, right? The smallest to the biggest here. We look for the most middle number. Right? As we can see here, though, we got 8 numbers, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got 8 numbers, so the middle is actually those 2 numbers here, right? 3 numbers here, 3 numbers here, and we've got 2 numbers here in the middle. So what we do here is we just take the average of those. So we'll just add those numbers together, divided by 2. Right? 4.5. Right, so we just take the most middle number, and if there's no actual middle number, we just take the average of the 2 middle numbers. How about the mode? Right, we see that 4 appeared twice, 7 appeared twice, everything appears once. So the mode is both 4 and 7. Okay, so you can have 2 modes. Okay, how about something harder? Right, what's the mean in this case? Right, so the mean, of course, we just add them up and average everything. Okay, so we add everything up. Oh geez, this is taking a while, isn't it? 10, 17, 21, 21, 37. Oh man, okay. Whew. Well, there's a lot because there are 15 total numbers. Alright, got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 15 numbers in total. So we add them up, divide that by 15 to get 1907. Right, that's our mean. Okay, now the median. Right, this time we cannot just pick the most middle number, right? Because in this set, the most middle number is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the medium here will be 37 because that's the most middle number. However, we notice here that they are not in numerical order. It's not the smallest to the biggest. So we have to rearrange everything first. Right? Because we got smallest numbers here is 10. We got two 10s here. 10. Right? And then we got 12, 13. And then we got, oh, actually we got another 13 here. Now here, let's highlight the ones that we did. So we got 10, 12, got 13. Okay, no 14, we got 15. No 16, you got two 17s. No 18, no 19, we got a 20. Just one of them though. And then we got 21, 21, 21. So three 21s. 21, 21, 21. And then 22. And then the two 37s. Alright, so as you can see, 37, 37. Alright, so as you can see, when we list them out from smallest to biggest, we see a completely different median, right? Because we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 17 is actually the middle number. Oops. What the? 17. Right? This is the middle number right here. And rearranging them is actually fantastic for us because now the mode is easier to spot. Right? Because if we look at the mode, we got two 10s, two 13s, two 17s, two 37s, and three 21s. So 21 is the most common number. Right? So mode is probably easier to find when we rearrange everything. Okay, lastly, what's k if the mean of those three numbers is 6? Right, so here, to find the mean, we add them up, divide by 3. Alright, because there's three terms, and we know that equals to 6. And from here, we just solve it. Right, we get rid of the fraction, because the 3 here cancels out. And of course, k is just minus 2 minus 5. Or 18 minus 2 minus 5, which is 11. Okay, so that's what all those three things mean. So in general, we want to rearrange it from smallest to biggest. That way we can find median and a mode very easily. The mean is same thing as average. I don't know why we call it the mean. It just sounds better than average, median, mode. I don't know. That's why I would have called it mean. But anyways, that's it for today's lesson. So good luck practicing.